What's good, GBO crew? It's your girl back from another video. You guys already know. When we sit down, there's no need for a whole bunch of intros. So I guess, yeah, you can hit that subscribe button if you know you want to come back. I do this sometime. I did this last month. It's November. October has something to prove because we got right up out of here. But as you can see, today I want to talk to you guys about something that I've been thinking about heavily ever since I saw this post. And it was pretty much just about redefining what success is to you, what it means to you, what it looks like. And honestly, ever since I've seen that post, it has it has stuck with me, and especially as I continue to grow as an artist, as a person, and as my channel grows. I've just really been trying to put in perspective for myself what does success look like to me, what does it possibly look like in the future, and ultimately just what does it mean to me. I think I'm going to make it a point to, like, when I do sit down videos, I'm not going to have notes. The only thing I'm going to read is exactly the post that I reposted on my story that I saw on Twitter. Did that make sense? I feel like that was so confusing. I am going to be reading the post that I originally got from Twitter, and I reposted it on my Instagram story. There we go. So the post says, all right, and it was written by Jamie Voran. All right, so shout out to Jamie because sis or brethren, you have had me thinking, all right? How about you don't have to build an empire or dominate an industry or be the number one at anything? What if you simply built a lovely life that makes you feel happy, that brings you joy, that is generative and supportive? What if you healed the parts of you that need more and more and more? What if you redefined what success looks and feels like to you? What if you decided enough is enough? What if you felt satisfied in the right here, the right now? What if you realize your life is likely a lot closer to your ideal than you ever thought? What if changing the filter in which you view your life makes everything that much more vibrant? How much open, empty space would be left for your joy if you stopped thinking you needed to earn it? How much time could you spend in the actual living of your life if you let go of striving for more? How much more beautiful would this moment right here become for you? And as you can clearly see why this statement has really resonated with me and really has made me think. But specifically, what we are going to focus on is redefining success. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of background about me personally, I think that I have always struggled with living in the moment and enjoying the right now. I'm always thinking ahead. I'm a planner. You guys already know that. I take notes for my reviews and my upload schedule, everything. You guys know I'm a planner, so I like being prepared. And sometimes I think that I prepare so much for the future that I don't take enough time to enjoy what is happening right now in the moment. Because it's just sometimes it's just hard, and I don't know why I deprived myself of that feeling of just, hey, like, this is right here. Like, let's say I just released a song and, you know, it goes viral, or like one of my favorite artists that they enjoyed it. That is something I need to take in and really just enjoy it for what it is instead of worrying about, okay, like the next song has got to be better. Or, you know, for example, with my YouTube, you know, I have plenty of reviews on the channel, plenty of videos in general that have done so well over the past years I've been on here. And I don't really think, especially with my YouTube journey, I don't think I fully have taken in what I've accomplished. Even though I don't have like 100,000 subscribers yet, I don't think I've really fully comprehended or taken the time to kind of pat myself on the back and be like, hey, like, you went from being super inconsistent on YouTube, or you went from not knowing what you wanted to do after you wanted to stop doing strictly reactions. I was lost. Like, I didn't know. There was a certain point when I was doing videos for YouTube that I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. Like, whether I just wanted to strictly go back to doing music and doing the covers, or if I wanted to keep, you know, somehow doing reactions. And then, you know, here we are, you know, over a year later, and the music reviews, the album reviews have been a joy. Besides that, just getting back to what we need to focus on, I'm probably going to ramble because, like I said, I don't have notes, and I just want to... The whole point of me sitting down and doing this without notes in front of me and trying to read something is more so, one, being in the moment and saying what I need to say. Obviously, whatever I say was meant to be said and what I was feeling. And if I forget something, you know, I'll always follow it up, you know, on my Instagram or Twitter or something. But I've just realized learning to appreciate the moments you are in currently is just as important as preparing for the future. if not more. So when it comes to redefining success and what it means to me, I realized this year I can really pinpoint it. I do not desire fame. I don't desire a whole bunch of clout. It's not my end goal. Now, I'm also going to say this. If fame were to come, if I were to be famous and become this thing, I would embrace it and I would take it in stride, but I would make sure that I still remain true to who I am. And I think especially with how much my channel has grown and as more people listen to my music, I realized, like, more people, like, I'm growing not only as a brand but as an artist, and I don't want to cap off success at all. So this is not me saying, like, I'm going to plateau right here. This is it. This is my, what I'm saying, this is my level. I'm going to stop right here. This is all I want. It's more so about learning how to be even more content with what I have. Still wanting more, obviously. Still, going to strive to do better and be the best version of myself. But making sure that I take the time to be like, hey, what I got going on right now is cool. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm happy right now in this moment. And I think sometimes the constant need or the constant urge to feel like we have to do more, I have to keep going because, like I think I told you guys in my last sit down video when I talked about like the high functioning anxiety, that need to just constantly doing more. And if I'm not doing more, I feel bad, I feel guilty. Learning to literally deprogram myself and realizing that work and, even if I'm working on music, something that I love, I put a lot into it. It's my passion. Even when I'm not doing those things, when I'm not doing music things, when I'm not doing YouTube things, it doesn't mean that I'm being lazy. And it doesn't mean that I don't want more, that I'm not working hard to reach my goals. So simply put, when success for me, what it looks like, I think in the future, if I am able to honestly have some form of financial stability and have that financial stability come from my creative work, doing the YouTube videos, making music, that is success to me. When I finally get to that point, I'll be happy. I realize that I think success to me looks like accomplishing what I've always wanted to do and finally being able to do it. And I think being a creative full time, that will be success in and of itself. Now look, I'm not going to turn down a #1 single. I'm not going to turn down a top 10 on Billboard. I'm not going to turn down the viral video to help, grow this platform so I can do more for other artists and creators. I'm not turning that down. I'm not closing myself off. But it's just saying, like, when I get to that point, the point that I've always wanted to get to, I'm going to be happy. But even then, even though I'm not quite there yet, I can still be happy with this. What I got going on right now. And I think even though there are so many questions being asked in this paragraph, it's very comforting in a way. It's not asking questions in a way that makes you think, oh my goodness, I'm not doing enough, or I have anxiety. It's really just asking simple questions like, what if you don't have to do this? What if you don't have to do that? And I mean, like, literally one of the third things mentioned, I think the third question that was asked is, what if you, like, don't have to be the #1 at anything? And I think for someone like me, I would say I'm an overachiever. I want to be the best at what I do. I want to be the best, person to do reviews on YouTube. I want to be, the best singer that I can be, the best songwriter that I can be. I want to be the best. And I think it's always been ingrained in us to always be the best. So we strive for it, especially, depending on what type of, what your household was like growing up. I think, for the most part, your parents, your teachers, your peers, your colleagues, you have people around you that are going to want to push you to be the best. But I think it's important to realize that if that's not your goal, to be the best, that's okay. And you don't really hear people say that often. Like, it's okay if you don't want to start up your own business and, be a millionaire before you're 25. If you just want to work your regular job and do your regular thing, that's fine too. Because it's important that you make time for the things that make you happy. A lot of people, myself included, we're really like, be the best version of yourself, strive for the best in your business, in your career, and that sometimes we don't realize that there are other people that are just fine doing what they're doing. Like, they're not trying to be number one. They're not trying to build an empire. They're not trying to build $1 million business. They're just trying to be happy and content with where they are, and I think there's a certain peace that comes with that. I think what really hit me the most was how much open, empty space would be left for your joy if you stopped thinking you needed to earn it. That is something I think in general I've always struggled with. I think I'm a cynic in a way that I always feel like if I'm too happy, if everything is going too right in my life, then something inevitably is going to go wrong. Like, I don't allow myself to be happy without cause. Like, I forget that I'm allowed to just be happy, and like, there doesn't have to be a reason, why I can't be, or, like, I don't have to constantly be earning my happiness, or more so constantly earning my joy. And that's always been a tough thing for me to grasp. I remember, like, I think if you've been here for a while, I made a very, very, like, it's an old video, but I made a video about my testimony. For me personally, I've always struggled with the idea that God really loves me, and more so, Jesus really loves me. He died for me, and I didn't have to work for it. All I have to do is accept it. It was such a hard concept for me to grasp, like working for salvation when the price has already been paid. You know what I'm saying? So kind of the same thing, like trying just, in general, even if you don't have that type of faith or any religion, working for your joy. What if you realized your life is likely a lot closer to your ideal than you ever thought? That also made me stop and think too. And I think right now, my life, there are ways I can find myself being content. I mean, I do have a regular job right now that, unfortunately sometimes it cuts into the time I would like to be creating. So if I could just make more money from creating content or creating music so that I can put less time into normal work so that I don't feel drained to do this stuff, that would be great. I think that would be a perfect balance. So I guess the ideal of what I have going on right now, is not exactly perfect. If I'm ever able to just put more into this and less into, normal 9-to-5 work, I think that is ideal. So it's actually, I guess my life is kind of ideal, or it is close to the ideal of a life I could have, in that sense. But even just, when it comes to success, on the music side of things, you guys know I'm an artist. Even if I just made my money doing songwriting, doing background vocals, I would be happy. Just so you guys get the point, as long as it is something to do with music, something that has to do with creating it, I'm good. And if I get to help in any capacity, whether it be on my own music or with another artist, like, I would be happy doing that. Like, besides the fact that, the songwriting check is real cute. Like, shout out to the songwriting girls, okay? When them royalties come through, them writing credits, it'd be looking kind of nice. It don't happen automatically. I feel like the road to a successful songwriter is a long road, but it's worth it in the end, for sure. But just in general, man, I think I just realized, if I don't have this international worldwide fame and everybody know who I am and have all this recognition, it's all good. And I feel like sometimes when you say that to people, they don't get it. Like I said, I think I've been that person. Like, when you say, like, I don't really want all these grand things, people are like, oh, then, like, you're capping yourself off, or you're limiting yourself, right? Especially those people that are like,
grind, gotta hustle all the time, 24/7, no sleep. If you can't sleep if you want to be rich.
Like, that mentality, it's draining. Maybe some people genuinely are okay with that, and, that's their definition of success. Maybe their definition of success is just, you gotta grind every single day to get to that point. But, as for me and my household, I am in the process of learning how to work towards my goals every single day in a healthy way. Doing a better job at living in the moment. I think that was actually one of my New Year's resolutions. I wanted to live more in the moment. And I don't think the aspect of me always being a planner and looking forward to the future and trying to plan everything out, that necessarily I don't think is ever going to change. But I can still do a better job of just taking the moment for what it is. I hope all of this made sense. I hope what I read to you guys resonated with you in some way. And I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know, if you want to build an empire, great. If you don't want to, that's fine too. If you're not trying to be number one at anything, that's fine. That's great. Do things that bring you joy, that make you happy. Make time for those things. And if people don't understand it, that's on them. And I honestly think as I get older, as I have more success with, with the channel, with music, I do think my definition of success will continue to evolve and change the more I grow as a person. So, you can always change your mind, okay? As Khadijah would say, it's okay to change your mind. Please let me know in the comments how you define success, or how you're learning to redefine what success means to you. I know there's so many questions I could ask you guys, but you guys can just sound off with whatever you're feeling, and if anything I said in this rambling of a mess made sense to you. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. Please sure to hit that like button and be sure to subscribe whenever you do. Don't forget to click that bell so that you get notified every single time that I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another video.